traders, and welcome back to the Small Account Challenge 5.0, where I help traders like you grow a small account using a powerful asymmetric compounding strategy to take a small $500 account to $25,000 in just 1 month. Today is February 24th, 2025. For those of you who have been following this Small Account Challenge 5.0, which is the 5th one in this series, you know that I started this account on February 12th, 2025. And as of this past Friday, February 21st, 2025, I reached my challenge goal of $25,000. And guys, I reached this challenge goal in less than 2 weeks of trading on this small account. And that means this small account challenge is actually over because my small account is no longer small anymore. And that's what happens when you apply the power of an asymmetric compounding strategy to your small account. So let me give you a quick update on my account as it stands right now. After just 7 trades in this small account challenge using the asymmetric compounding strategy, my account balance has grown to $25,794.16. That's a staggering $25,294.16 profit gain in less than 2 weeks. That's almost 51 times my starting balance of just $500. By staying patient, disciplined, and focused on the strategy, I've had what I consider a couple of home runs. My trade this past Thursday on XOS, where I made over $6,800 on a single trade that took about 1 hour, and Friday's trade, which was 1 hour and 15 minutes. And that trade made over $10,000 in profit on this small account. And that was trading MLGO. Now, obviously, not every stock we trade will deliver this kind of opportunity. I actually fumbled my Valentine's Day trade on JTAI, where I almost took a loss, but I managed to more or less break even on that trade. And this week has been a decent momentum week. Now that we're more or less through earnings season, momentum will start looking a lot more like what we're used to seeing. And that means a lot more fun and profits ahead. On Wednesday, JTAI made an impressive 200% gain. Thursday, SOS ran up almost 200%. And Friday, MLGO made an impressive almost 800% gain. And my group of traders was able to profit on MLGO's entire gain. And then today, which is Monday, February 24th, our group of traders rode the amazing ATCH rocket, which gained an impressive 433% very quickly. And our chat was just on fire after that trade. Guys, here's the thing. On average, we see 2 or 3 parabolic profit gainers per month. And the past few days alone, we had 4 really big ones. And the key to all of this is being prepared with the right plan, the right guidance, the right tools that allow you to see and participate in the entire trend without exiting too early or misreading price action. So since Friday was the day that I reached my $25,000 small account challenge goal, and I did it in less than 2 weeks this time, let's talk about that trade, which was on MLGO, a nano float stock, and it was our top gainer from our AI-assisted Discord alerts during pre-market, and it drew massive interest and volume. We had this on our watch list bright and early, 5:15 or something my time, and that would be right here. It had made this move. I'll zoom in. It had made this move from, I don't know, the $2 something range all the way up to above $4.30. So like a $2 per share gain, right? You don't chase. Don't ever chase price. Now let me talk about this major line. Whenever you have a line that serves as resistance and some kind of support, here it was support, right? So it's just treating that line in a ping-ponging manner. It's up above it, it's below it. It's above it, it's below it. It's just going around sideways around this line. That's telling you that this line actually being both support and resistance. So whenever you have support and resistance, you're going to need price to prove this level, this support and resistance, as strong support. So what you're going to need is a signal above that, okay? A lot of traders, what they'll do is they'll say, well, this pre-market level, I need to have price get above that, and here would be an entry for that. Right? If this was the pre-market high, you'd be looking for an entry above that, which would have been $4.87. But if you understand what this line is doing, price is telling you up, down, up, down, up, down. And then we had a signal right here. I actually got in on this signal, but you could have got in on any of these signals. Once it's proven this line, you're good to go. This was a major proving point, this heavy white line at $3.29. Okay. Pre-market is really important. If you have a stock on our watch list during pre-market, you're going to look for things like this. Other traders will tell you wait till it breaks above the pre-market high. Well, that would have been silly because you would have missed a whole dollar. So you would have had to wait clear to this one. But this one was just fine back here, right? This one was just fine as long as you've got volume and everything. I mean, this is one kind of price action that you're going to see, a total sideways. And it took off. And this is a Chinese stock, and they're a little bit unique. They will make really explosive moves. Even some of the higher float ones will just trade like they're a nano float. And I don't know, all I can say about that is there's probably some manipulation going on. I can't say that's what happened here. This is a stock that I have worked with a lot over the years. And I know there's some people that have failed with this one, but with our strategy, there's no reason why anyone would fail, because this totally just reading volume, price action, and having these levels and these arrows and understanding what you're looking for really is all you need. And volume is huge in this with this strategy. You're going to be totally safe if you learn how to read volume. 100% safe. And here's why. Volume tells you where support is just by looking at it. Okay. Now I'm going to zoom in. Okay, we had this push, we had a pullback, right? If you didn't get in here and you're looking for another entry, well, we had this push. It was on these climbing candles, right? We have them coming down, the volume's dropping here, but these were the climbing candles, right? This was actually a little bit of a pullback candle, but the strong climbing candles were basically on high volume, right? You look at the volume bars, they were climbing. This one was a little weird because it was a pullback, but that I would expect because it was right at a target. And institutions and stuff, and since this is Chinese, I'm sure they have their computers set to know this level. So we saw this little pullback. We're kind of monitoring volume. Okay, that was a little pullback. Is it going to reverse? No, this one was higher. So now we've got a pullback. How do I know this is a pullback? Well, the wick is lower than this previous candle. And if you get used to looking at Heikin Ashi candles, you're not going to want to look at any other candle on the planet because these really are superior. They tell you more than any other candle. They smooth out trend. A lot of people hate them. If they're scalpers, they won't understand how to use a Heikin Ashi candle. But I'm trying to teach you how to follow trends so that you can make maximum profit. You can trade calmly and not be stressed. This is a slightly lower wick. And here we have a doji, and it's definitely going lower. But what is the volume doing at that point? It's decreasing. So on the pullbacks, you want to see that. Now, remember, we're still looking for an entry here. We're watching this one for an entry. So this was kind of stronger, but not really. If you compare it to the buyer volume over here, these are lower. Okay, so now you're still looking for an entry. Here's an arrow. These arrows are fantastic for entries if you're understanding what you're looking for. You're looking for higher buyer volume on a signal. Okay, so that's your buy signal. If you didn't get in there, you could get in here, right? And if you got in here, use this line that we get in Discord as your stop loss. Okay, you're going to be safe if you do that. So here we have a pullback because it's both a tail and a wick, but it's mostly buyers on this one. It hit a target. Well, what's it going to do when it hits a target? It's going to pull back a little. So here's our pullback decreasing, right? We're okay with that, right? We're okay with that. If you're still in, stay with it. As long as decreasing seller volume is continuing to be the main theme of this, you stay with it and you can keep going through all of these levels, even though these are targets. Most people, if they know about these levels, and not very many do, if they know about these levels, they're going to be getting out there and think they're done. But you can ride the continued trend all the way as far as you want, as long as you're watching volume. And this stock was beautiful with the volume, okay? This is an entry. This isn't, okay? I mean, this isn't an entry because this volume bar right here is lower than this. This is definitely a seller candle. It's solid. There's no upper wick. So it's a seller candle, and this volume bar is taller than this one. So wait, whenever you see that, wait, plus you're at a target. But here you were at a target and you could get in. Well, why? Because this volume bar was higher than the seller. And when you enter, you want to use one of these white lines. You want to have price as close to one of these white lines as you possibly can. Then you're good to go. This stock was so perfect. Price action on this stock was so easy to read. Once you get a little bit used to this, you're going to be able to do this. Spend a little bit of time getting used to reading volume and what the candles are telling you. Here's an entry, and that was at like 380, and you would have used this discord level as your stop loss, and then increase it as price moves along, okay? This is why I don't like to use the 9, because here you would have been out of the trade. It went all the way down to the 50. But if you're using volume as your guide, you're going to stay with this trade all the way. I got out here. I'm on a small account challenge, and my goal was to go from $500 to $25,000 in a month. And I did it in less than 2 weeks this time, just doing what I'm showing you, right? So I got out there and I've already reached my goal in the small account challenge. And then what I did for the rest of the day with this, when it continued to give entries all the way, it was crazy. I would just get in and use my other account, my large account, and just continue to trade with this. But I got in over here. My entry was $3.42. So right about there. And my stop loss was the white line. And I stayed with it to $5.23 is where I got out. And the thing went twice that far. So let's say you got in here, climbing volume going up to the target, pull back. You can stay in. Just if you don't get out at this target, just watch how the seller volume is. As long as it stays lower than the buyer volume over here. These were tall. Look how tall they went. As long as these volume bars on the pullback stay smaller and shorter than these, you're good. You stay with it. And here we are back to the races again. These are climbing. And here is a little pullback, short volume bars. See how that works? Tall, and they were climbing. If you're just reading volume on this, you're going to be just fine. The goal is use these arrows and use volume bars to tell you if you can get in. So I wouldn't have got in here on this arrow, even though we had some support there. It's just you don't really know what your stop loss is. It's a little weird to get in when you're below a line like this. A lot of times they'll reject at these lines. So it's better to have price convincingly above the line, like on this one, and with the volume bar confirming that entry. So you could get in here, and then you're using the white line as your stop. And then you can just go up to the next. If you're now looking for an entry, here's a pullback, lower volume bars on the pullback. Here's a buyer, taller, okay? So stay with the trade all the way. Here we have a pullback, but they're lower than this bar, okay? These buyer volume bars, okay? Here's one, that's an entry because your volume bar is higher than the previous pullback, okay? That's strength. Get in on that arrow. You're kind of cutting through a line, but that works. This works. This volume bar confirms that. So you're going to use the line as your stop loss. This horizontal line will be your stop loss, and then you'll be able to take that to whatever target you want. Think of volume as stepping stones. As price climbs, it may pull back along the way, but as long as seller volume stays below the buyer volume on the uptrend, the trend remains intact. This approach eliminates the guesswork and the emotional stress. I hope this small account challenge has helped you to see how properly reading volume clues and aligning your trade with the institutional targets and staying focused on price action while trading the trend strategy, that will grow your small account exponentially. And so that's a wrap for this video. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more tips, strategies, and free coaching for your day trading strategy. Now, if you're serious about becoming a top-tier day trader and achieving a 90 to 95% win rate on all of your trades, this is your chance to join my Pro Traders Mentoring Program. While the Small Account Challenge Deep Discount is still available, but the current discount won't last long, so check it out before it expires. And as a member, you'll have full access to custom tools like the AI-assisted Discord alerts, which include the institutional levels given for each trade in advance before the big moves happen. You'll get the full trend trading strategy training, real-time alerts, and live trade guiding on every single trade we take every day. You'll get the AI momentum scanners and watch lists, and you'll have access to an amazing community of day traders who are just as dedicated as you are. But best of all, you'll get one-on-one mentoring from me personally, and together we'll work on strategies and setups that will help you hit your trading profit goals. And so thanks so much for watching this video, everyone, and happy trading. And remember, stay disciplined, stay focused, and let's grow those small accounts together. And I'll see you in the next video.